Because of where we are in the facility, I will once again attempt to make this as good as possible, but it is not going to be easy. If it's the actual ground that's moving, it's not me. And I can see it moving, so I know it's rough. Let's see if I can find a spot that does at least reduce the amount of movement. But the ground here, I mean, it moves a ton. Any step, any jump, and as you can imagine, playing volleyball, there's a lot of that. So fingers crossed, I can do something. We're gonna be a little bit creative here. Trying to find somewhere that doesn't move as much. Because the ground here moves a ton. It's not bad. If you're just now joining me, I'm currently working on getting set up and trying to find a slightly more stable place. As you can see, there's a ton of movement on this. That's driven by the ground here at Lake Point Center. The actual basketball court's got a lot of give in it, and the give gets worse the further inbound you are. So there are 1, 2, 3 courts deep across. And if you're on courts 1 and 3, you get the backing of the concrete a little bit, which helps reduce the amount. But if you are not, so like us, we're in the middle court right now, what that causes is, well, exactly what you would expect. A lot of movement. So my goal is to try to make this as best as I can for you. I've moved to a slightly different view because it's closer to the bleachers. And my hope is by being closer to the bleachers that I will benefit from the weight on the bleachers to reduce the amount of wobbling. At least that's my hope. I mean, I can still see it moving a ton, so I don't know how effective that is, but all I can say is I apologize. I've done everything I can. I've even added a weight to the bottom, trying to make this as good as I can. The only other thing I could do potentially is lower it maybe. Benefit from the whole math. I'm gonna try that real quick. You know what they say about math? Movement is compounded by distance. And so if I have less distance, do I reduce the amount of movement? We're gonna find out.
Thank you. I also got my
All right, I'm gonna try back over here. Sorry. I'm trying to find somewhere it doesn't move a bunch. The ground moves a ton here. I think we're just gonna have to go with that height. That seems to reduce the total amount of movement that I'm seeing. And maybe with the weight, it's enough. It's gonna be my hope. It decently looks like it's reduced the amount of movement. It's not quite the bird's eye view I've been going for lately, but it does seem to not move as much. I mean, it's definitely still moving, and I can see it, so I apologize for that. But at least what I'm seeing is it stabilizes back out faster than it did when it's taller. So I think we're gonna stick with that. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute while I finish wrapping up here. You should be in pretty good shape as we prepare for the match. Looks like the internet is not quite as good as it was previously, so I'll have to check the settings and see if I'm still in good shape there.
It's a different season.
Just hit me, why don't you?
Sorry.
I'm going to trip everybody as they go by.
That's a good idea. Double trip.
Woo! Woo! All right, folks. We are preparing to go live here at Cartersville, Georgia, Lake Point Champions Center. We are in the gold bracket. Can you say gold? We're going up against Tsunami today. This is the Tsunami 15-1s team from what I've read in the chart. So as a reminder, we are a 15-2s team. It doesn't necessarily mean they should be better than us because that's ranking within your gym. But a call out, 15-1 versus 15-2. Everly, number 5 up front on the left-hand side. Juliet, number 31 in the middle. Sahara, number 30 on the right-hand side. Your back row right now, Emily, number 12. Piper wearing 46. And Harper wearing number 20. Your libero today, Bronwyn, as usual, wearing number 14 and in the pink coming onto the court right now. I was corrected on how to refer to the refs. The up judge, as I referred to it yesterday, is actually the ref. And the down judge is also just referred to as the down ref or R2. So thank you for the corrections on that. So we have the ref, who is the one up floating in the sky. Tsunami starts us off. Bronwyn's there. That's to Harper. Harper goes across to Everly. Everly with a spike, and that ball is kicked. Everly gets a kill. First point to Prolink. All right, substitution time. As Sahara and Anna swap out. There's Anna's serve to get us underway. That's an ace! A-C-E, ace! Two to 0, Prolink. All right, here we go. Anna serves the next one. Number 5 takes that on Tsunami. Tsunami dumps it early, but Juliet was ready for it. Emily pops it nice and high. Harper gets there, back to Emily. Emily with a spike, handled by 14. Getting ready for the return. It's pushed over. Harper's there for that. Anna right behind her moves it forward to Emily. Emily with a spike, rolls it over the net. Emily with a kill! 3-0 Prolink. Anna serves it. It's Doug, but it's not Doug. That's an ace. A-C-E, ace. Anna serves it again. Number, I think that was 7, sent it over. Emily to Harper. Harper goes behind her to Everly. Everly with a spike. Everly with a kill! And that forces an early timeout from Tsunami, 5-0. That is what we like to see, folks. A nice early start to the game, some early points, and take an early lead. Tsunami already back out on the court very quickly. Dad just slid some food over his daughter. Nailed it, made it all the way there, exactly the right distance. Well played by him. All right, Emily cheering everybody on. Anna's going to serve again. She does. Outside hitter. Oh, bad set. 6 points for Prolink. Here goes Anna again. Number 7's going to return it. Spikes it into the net. Because how high is that net, folks? Too high. There goes Anna again. Number 8 takes that. Goes to 2. Middle hitter takes it, but it gets blocked by Juliet. They return it. Juliet spikes. Juliet gets a kill. That's our middle. The cheers from the sideline. 8-0. There goes Anna. It's an ace. 9-0. Mallory and Coach Natty doing the Heisman. And again, handled. Here comes the outside hitter. Outside hitter sends it over. Bronwyn's there for that. Harper sets it over to Emily. Emily with a spike. Oh! Emily spikes it into the net, and Tsunami gets their first point of the game. Here comes Tsunami's serve. Bronwyn dives, gets there, sends it back over the net. Bronwyn gets a diving kill with her set / kill. I don't even know what to call that. Bump kill. Bronwyn's going to be serving. Piper just came in as Juliet tags out. There's the serve. Number 6 handles that. Moving it forward. Middle hitter takes it. Middle hitter kills it, though. And it goes way long. Prolink now at 11. Bronwyn again. Diving save there by number 6 on Tsunami. But after a bad set, it's now 12-1. Bronwyn serves it. 6 pops it. Middle hitter's going to take it. It's up against Piper. Got it over Piper's hand. There's Harper to Piper. Piper with a spike. That's going to be handled. Here comes the return from the back row. Right to Piper. That's to Harper, who sends it over early. Tried to get a setter dump. Did not work. Emily saves that. Harper goes over to Everly. Everly spikes it towards the back corner. Here comes Tsunami with the return. Emily's there for that to Harper. Harper goes to Emily again. Emily with a spike. Saved by Tsunami. Good save with the clothesline hit. Bronwyn takes that. Harper's rushing, gets there in time. Everly calls for it, sends it over the net. Hard-earned point right here as the back and forth continues. Anna punches it clothesline, and Tsunami wins the fight after a valiant effort. Tsunami. Anna down to a knee, gets there. Harper rushes over, gets there. Emily rushes and gets there. Everybody was moving quickly, and Emily gets herself a kill despite a valiant effort by Tsunami to try to save that. That means it's time for your double substitution. Everly and Mallory. Harper and Maddie will be swapping out there. So your front row for Prolink. Maddie, Piper, Emily. Anna, Bronwyn, and Mallory are your back. Mallory serving. Number 7 takes that, pops it sky high. Inside hitter goes to return. Piper tips it and then bumps it as it comes back down. Maddie spikes it. That's going to be trouble. Maddie gets a kill. Tsunami ran out of room on the side due to the chairs. Mallory's serve again. 14 takes that. This is going to their outside hitter, who pushes it over. Right there was Emily. Emily to Mallory. Mallory to Piper. Piper spikes it. Number 7 handled it. Mallory able to save that as almost went by her. Bronwyn to Emily. Emily sends it over. Tsunami preparing for the return. Third hit from their libero. Anna moves that up to Mallory. Mallory goes behind her to Maddie. Maddie with a hard spike, but handled. Tsunami sent it early. Maddie was there. Anna was there now, and Emily sends it over. Tsunami playing good defense against this until that moment where they hit it into the net. Because how high is the net, folks? Too high. 15-2. Mallory tries to take out the ref. Lucky she was watching. Otherwise, that would have hit her right upside the head. Tsunami serve. Bronwyn's there for that. Mallory pops it to Emily. Emily spikes it. Handled by number 9. Return's going to be trouble, and it was. It went way out of bounds. 16-3. That's going to have Anna and Sahara swapping. Emily right next to the camera, basically. Gets herself an ace! Yeah, she is right next to me, so I'm trying to stay a little quiet. Good serve, ball just entered the court, but it didn't matter because it's an ace! Court next to us having a little trouble keeping the ball in their court at the moment. Timeout called by Tsunami. 18-3 is the score. As Prolink playing very well against the Tsunami team. Right now I'm watching the court next to us. They're warming up, and that's where all the volleyballs keep coming from. So I've got my back turned on our game so I can see if I can prevent that from happening. All right. That's time. Whistle blown by the ref saying time to get back out here, Tsunami. Meanwhile, Prolink still full of energy. Cleared to serve. And that's another ace! A-C-E, ace! And the wave from the parents on Prolink. Okay, by wave, I really mean there was like 2 of them. But it was still a wave. Floater towards the back. That's going to be trouble for Tsunami. They move it forward, but they can't get there. 20 points. Prolink, 3 for Tsunami. The ref keeping the game moving. Not wasting any time with clearing the servers a chance to go. Outside hitter. Did Maddie touch it? Maddie did touch it. So Tsunami will get that back. Maddie's shaking head at herself that she should have let that go. It's always hard, though, to make that decision on the fly. Especially when you weren't expecting the ball to come over. Which they obviously were not in this case. Ananya now in for Emily. Bronwyn's there for that. Mallory goes to Piper. Piper spikes it into the net. (20-5) now. Sahara takes that. Mallory goes back to Sahara for the spike. Sahara spikes it. Sahara with a kill! Juliet's going to come in as Piper moves to serve. Sorry. Piper serving from mid-court. Down the line, dugout. It's going to be trouble for Tsunami. They did get it back over. Neither Piper nor Sahara got there in time, and so that will have a Tsunami point. Bronwyn and Piper will swap again. Number 6, the libero for Tsunami, about to serve. Ananya handles that. Mallory goes to Sahara. Sahara gets there in time, and there's a net call against Tsunami. 22-6 now. All right, substitution time. Maddie and Harper, Mallory and Everly. Harper rolls it over the net. Harper with an ace! Heisman dance. 23-6. Harper to go again. That's an ace! Free ball ace for Harper. Set point right here, 24-6. Good serve. The libero takes that. They're moving it forward. Middle hitter's going to send it over. Middle hitter hits it straight into the net. That's the set, folks. 25-6. We're going to be back with set 2 here in just a few minutes. After a strong first set, we're preparing now for a second set versus the 15-1 Tsunami. The way the tournament works, is my understanding, is we will continue to play until we lose. So our next game would immediately follow this one after an appropriate warm-up time. As you can imagine, though, that is more than a little stressful. As, well, the longer it goes on, the more tired you get. That's when it comes down to all of the endurance work that the team does during practice. It isn't just a matter of can you survive one game, you have enough cardio endurance to handle, but can you do 2 or 3 or even 4 in a row? That's where the difference comes in. Prolink stepping back out onto the court for the second set. Your front row right now, Emily, number 12, Everly, number 5, Juliet, number 31, Piper wearing 46 on the left-hand side of the back row, Harper wearing number 20, and Anna wearing number 8. Almost certainly, Piper will get substituted out for Bronwyn. when we get this second set underway. Meanwhile, Tsunami continuing to talk after a rough defeat, still warming up, or still their coach talking to them about it. And even looks like they're doing some self-coaching as well, because I actually don't see a coach in their huddle at the moment. As we wait for the ref to get us underway, Bronwyn comes in after the lineup card is approved. All right, Tsunami onto the court. All right, ref in position. Tsunami's lineup being verified by the down ref. Prolink will be serving first, as Anna will be serving from the left-hand side of your screen here in just a moment. And here we go. Anna serve down the line. Number 7 gets there. Looks like they're going to go to the outside hitter. They do. Through both the jumping Everly and Juliet, Tsunami draws first blood. All right, number 1 through Tsunami. That's Anna. Anna to Harper. Harper sets it to Juliet. Juliet with a spike. Juliet with a kill! As she forces it through the blocker. And that ball goes flying into the court next to us. Piper is in. Juliet is staying in and will be serving for the first time today. There's Juliet's serve. It's a good one. Tsunami's moving it forward. Can they get it over the net? They do. Juliet's there for that. Harper goes over to Emily. Emily with a spike. Handled by number 1. Here comes the return from the middle. Anna should let that go. It's going to be long, but Juliet's there as Harper sends it over the net. Inside hitter takes it. Tipped by Piper. Piper not quite able to block it. 1-2. Bronwyn swaps in for Juliet now. Coach Natty just letting Anna know where she was on the court and that she could have let that go. And that's really what it was. I think she just didn't realize where on the court she was. And that is more difficult when you're playing on a basketball court. Anna down to a knee gets there. Harper over to Emily. Emily spikes it. Diving Anna tries to get there. Ball gets under her. And Tsunami's up 3-1. Bronwyn's there for that. Anna moves it forward. Emily calls for it. Emily sends it over with an over-the-side bump. Middle hitter's going to take that. Over Piper. Bronwyn dives and gets there. No one else able to get there, though. And Tsunami now up 4-1. The question being, did we come out a little cocky, or did their coach able to successfully reset them? Good quick reaction by Harper. Harper gets herself a kill with a quick reaction of a ball that was flying a little too fast and a little too hard. Mallory coming in and Maddie coming in with both Harper and Everly stepping out. Mallory serving mid-court. There's her serve. Maddie gets up as that ball came over the net, sends it over herself. Inside hitter tried to get there. Could not. Prolink gets the point. Ref gave her permission to serve there, even though there should have been a timeout. So her touching her shoulders is her saying that was her fault. That was on her. Free ball! 4-all, as no one on Tsunami called for that or took the initiative to get the ball. And we have a brand new volleyball game. Mallory serve, number 7. Looks like they're going to go to the inside hitter, and they do. But Anna's right there for it. That's Mallory. Mallory over to Emily. Emily, hard spike. Emily with a kill. As they just, I mean, they bounced that ball around, but she crushed it into their hand. Five to 4. Good tip by Piper. Anna got there for that. Mallory over to Emily. Emily, another hard spike. Handled by Tsunami this time. Tipped over. Mallory gets there. Bronwyn calls for it, pops it high to Emily. Emily with a spike. Emily with a kill due to the touch. The corner ref was not as sure on it. Corner judge or ref, not as sure on that. She thought it was touched, but wasn't positive. Ref called it. 6-4. Number 7 gets there for that. They're going to float it back to her as the outside hitter. Anna's there to receive. Mallory goes behind her to Maddie. Maddie spikes it to number 2. Their libero pops it sky high over the net. Emily's there. Mallory goes back to Emily. Emily spikes it. Diving save by Tsunami's libero. Anna punches it high. That's going to land despite a valiant effort by Maddie to get there. And tries to take out my camera. 6-5. Good effort all the way around by everyone on that. Number 10 getting ready to serve for Tsunami. Bronwyn down to a knee, gets there in time. Mallory as well. Maddie from the inside. Return to her. Maddie pops it high to Mallory. Mallory goes back to Maddie to try again. Maddie sends it over. Maddie gets herself a kill. And it's substitution time as Anna and Sahara will swap. Your front row right now, Sahara, Maddie, Piper. Emily with the serve down the line. Did it stay in? No, it went wide. 7-6. Emily and Ananya swap. Ananya now in, number 11. Bronwyn gets there for that. Mallory rushes over in time. Sahara gets there as well to send it over and almost got herself a kill, but they were able to handle it. Mallory pops back to Sahara. Sahara sends it over and gets herself a kill anyway as she got it right over the frontline defenders. All right, Juliet comes in. Bronwyn will get the serve. There's the serve, rolls it over the net. Trouble for Tsunami, but they handled it. Middle hitter fight. Juliet got it back over the net. All right, to Mallory, to Juliet. Juliet with the spike. Juliet calling for that ball. You can hear her all the way over here. And that ball's into the net. Because how high is the net? Too high. Bronwyn will get to go again. Good serve, but 7 handles it. Inside hitter's going to take it. Mallory was there for it. Bronwyn rushes to get there, and Sahara pops it. Oh! Didn't quite get it over the net. It's good teamwork as the incorrect, well, I shouldn't say incorrect, the non-traditional order of who would handle that. But they reacted quickly and got the ball in motion. 9-7. Sahara handles that. Bronwyn moves it back to Sahara. Sahara with a spike. Sahara with a kill! All right, substitution time. Maddie for Harper. Mallory for Everly. Harper will be serving with the score 10-7. Good serve by Harper. Barely handled by Tsunami, and they punched it over. Ananya and Bronwyn both were trying to decide who was going to get there, and unfortunately, that meant neither of them did. 10-8. Number 2 for Tsunami serving. Right into the net. Prolink will get that ball back. Sahara and Anna will now swap out. There's Anna's serve down the line. That's an ace! A-C-E, ace! Anna again. Looks like middle hitter's going to take that. Emily handles it on the return. Harper to Emily. Emily rushes, gets there in time. Early return. Anna's got that. That's Harper to Juliet. Juliet pushes it. Juliet gets herself a kill as that ball pushes through the defenders. We have a timeout called by Tsunami. Looks like the R2 whistle was not working. So it's 13-8 right now. Tsunami calling a timeout. This one will be a pretty traditional timeout, I think, with, hey, we were doing really well. We had it. Let's get our head back in the game. We still got it. As well as trying to ice Anna a little bit. Anna's been pretty consistent, and so anything they do that would allow them to change up her rhythm will help. All right, so as that timeout comes to a close, both teams back on the court. We are back underway. Anna serves it, number 7. Handled that. They're going to go to their middle hitter where Everly receives it. Anna rushes over. They gets there in time, and Bronwyn calls for it and sends it over from almost the back line. Juliet gets herself a kill, though, as that ball came back early, and she just sent it right back over. That's our middle to cheer from the sideline. Anna again. All right, they're going to go to their inside hitter after a bad set. Bronwyn's there for that. Harper goes over to Emily, or Everly. Everly sent it over early. Forget that. Emily with the spike, and it went long, unfortunately. Had a little trouble there with the names and the movements and the motions, so we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Number 1 for Tsunami, cleared to serve. Bronwyn's there for that. That's to Harper. Harper to Emily. Emily sends it over. Here comes the inside hitter who hit it straight into the net. I missed the call, but since the net is moving, I'm going to assume it was a net touch. Emily pops that sky high to Harper. Harper goes behind her to Everly. Everly with a spike. Good save by Tsunami. I thought for sure that would be a kill. Anna's there on the return. Harper's there at the net to handle it. Everly sends it over. Good, quick reaction by Harper. There's the spike right at Anna. Anna to Harper. Harper goes to Emily. Emily gets there, spikes it hard. Good save by Tsunami. Well-earned point by Tsunami. 14-11. Emily had to adjust at the last minute, unsure if that ball was going to go long or be in. I think it would have been in, so it was a good call on her part. Coach Natty calling a timeout for basically the same reason Tsunami did earlier. This is a traditional, hey, wait a minute, we had this. Get your head in the game, take a breath, relax. It's still ours to win, as well as trying to break the momentum that Tsunami is currently experiencing or benefiting from. Prolink quickly back out onto the court, which I think further emphasizes what the point to that timeout was. That was a rhythm break. That was to remind the team that they are better and can beat Tsunami. 14-12. Nice floater to Bronwyn. Bronwyn to Harper. Harper to Juliet. Juliet unfortunately missed the ball on her spike attempt. Sent that into the net. 14-13. That goes wide, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Juliet will now be serving. Bronwyn steps off for a breather, and Piper into the game. There's Juliet's serve. Handled by number 6. Outside hitter takes it, spikes it hard. Piper got a finger on it. Juliet tried to get there, couldn't quite. 15-14. That'll bring Bronwyn back in. That goes long. Good call by Anna. She started to put her hands up and realized where she was on the court. Talked about this earlier. It is extremely hard when you're playing on a basketball court to remember where all the lines are, because you only care about the white outside line. The blue line is actually an indicator that you're approaching the back of the court. You have to remember that. All within half a second. Piper got up there. Piper with a kill, as she saw that ball coming and just shoved it back down on their side. Mallory with that one. Piper ready to defend, but Maddie was there to receive, knowing exactly what was going to happen. Piper reacted quickly, saving that ball. Anna and Mallory both went for it. Neither of them really committed, and the ball fell in. 17-15. Number 10 for Tsunami to serve. Bronwyn takes that. That's to Mallory. Mallory to Emily. Emily pushes it. Emily with a kill! Sahara in as Anna gets to take the step out. Emily will be serving again right next to us. Good, strong serve, but is handled by Tsunami over the back return. Emily gets there. Mallory to Piper. Piper with a kill! That ball went flying and nearly took out like 2 parents in the court behind us. Quick reactions at the net. And that forces Tsunami to take their second timeout as momentum absolutely shifted. 19-15, Prolink with the momentum. Tsunami hoping to break that with this timeout. All right, Emily cleared the serve. Back corner, ace! A-C-E, ace! No change in momentum. Oh, unfortunately that one does go into the net. So Emily and Ananya will, no, Emily and Ananya are not going to swap out. Emily's going to get to stay in. 2016. Piper handles that. Mallory gives it to Sahara. Sahara with the spike. Outside hitter's going to return that and does. Emily's there for that. Mallory gives it to Piper. Piper with the spike. Good save by both of them on that. Maddie with the spike into the net, unfortunately. 20-17. Sahara to Mallory. Mallory back to Sahara. Sahara with the spike. Sahara with a kill! Sahara playing very well, continuing her streak of kills. Juliet now in. Bronwyn will get the serve with the score 21-17. Inside hitter takes that and hits it straight into the net. Because how high is that net, folks? Too high. Hard spike and goes long. That was close, but it was right next to the line judge. So I mean, that call is obviously in our favor, so I'm happy with it. But she also had the absolute best view of that. It was basically at her feet. There's the serve again. Back row's gonna have to send that over from Tsunami and does. Bronwyn's there for that. To Mallory. Mallory to Sahara. Sahara thought she may have got it over the net. She did not. That was not a block. (23-18). That's going to go way out and wide. 24-18. Maddie will get the serve, and Everly comes in for Mallory. Maddie's serve a little too spicy as that ball goes long. 24-19, still set and match point. And that's set and match point as that ball went straight into the net. Prolink wins 25-19. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back, I believe, here in about 15-20 minutes with our next set. Thank you again.